What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny. Back in here, one more action video, ladies and gentlemen. We got another one from Charleston White and Say Cheese TV. Charleston says rappers would flop if they stop talking about violence because the people love negativity. And we're going to see how y'all feel about that. And if this is your first time to the channel, where you been at? Get on in here. As I love to say, we are simply spirits encased in human flesh. That is all. Trying to figure out this thing called life. Not nearly as divided, nor as demonic as the mainstream media tries to make it seem every single day. And I think we can all agree that everybody named Mama, we trying to raise human consciousness. So if you dig what you hear in this video, share it far and wide.
Yeah, nah, that's a very, very great point. But I do want to say, like, social media platforms, you can post something. You could post a college kid. You could post a 12-year-old graduating college early and getting 100 scholarships, and it's gonna do 200 likes. But you could post NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk beef, and it's gonna get 200,000 likes.
That's what I mean by the mindset of the people. There was a time before when we as black people in America valued education like we valued life.
Before the Civil Rights Bill?
We believe this is the force that could free us. Learning how to read, learning how to write. Homie, we won't know how to read.
I'm going to pause this. So the other day I was watching The Rise and Fall of Jim Crow, episode 1. And they had said their first attempt was to put faith in the politicians. But when they realized that none of the politicians were going to keep their word, they turned and realized the way to overcoming oppression was to educate their children. You think the FBI and all the informants ain't paying attention to that? That's why they're pushing propaganda so hard on the kids.
Read contracts in the future. You gay as hell. And this nigga wrote gay as hell. As hell was wrote A-S-L.
That's Chicago lingo. That's Chicago lingo.
Homie, that's dog lingo. No matter who it is, it's misspelled. Why would, so just think about what I'm saying. We're intentionally misspelling words to dumb down. The world is not doing this. The world is not dumbing down, niggas, so we can talk to one another. That's why when you go to court and you're talking to the judge can't even connect with you because they can't understand what you're talking. Because you're going to use words like, well, you know, I went that after that, though. You ain't going to be able to communicate properly. When you go in and talk to the lawyer and the lawyer say what you're being charged with, you say what you being charged with and he listening to how you talking and the terms and the words you use.
But think about this, though. The first line of responsibility is mama and daddy to making sure their kids are properly educated and can speak proper grammar. You know, something my grandma always said to me is the minute you walk out of your house, you're a walking resume, whether you like it or not. But when you open your mouth, you better blow somebody's socks off. The second part of this is I've always said, why are these record labels giving these kids $4, $5, $6 million to be this ignorant, to be this reckless? I'm currently watching the YNW Melly trial right now, and it's like this kid was 19 and they gave him how many millions of dollars to split up between all these little hood boys? You think somebody wasn't going to lose their life? Niggas would kill each other over $5 if you really grew up in the hood. You think they're not going to snake each other out over millions? So outside of the parents, these labels know what they're doing, but they get paid off their music when they dead. So it's wash, rinse, repeat.
Normally he going to say 2,500. He going to tell you 7,500. Homie, we are going to be fucked up at the rate that we are going with our value system, with our mental capacity, with our intellect, with our the type of character that we as black men and black women are displaying to the world.
When you say we as black men are displaying to the world, you got to understand the algorithms control what the world see. Because there's a bunch of positive figures all over the internet, black men and black women. There's a black rapper named Dax I never heard of till I start doing these reaction tracks. There's a rapper named Locksmith that's pretty positive. Bryson Gray is pretty positive. I mean, the labels are only going to allow the negativity to be seen because they want to control how Americans are viewed. Slavery never ended. It just transitioned. And I don't need to control your body if I can control your mind. And everybody got a cell phone in their hand. But who controls the algorithm? Who controls the code? None of us know. But they cherry pick what you can and can't see. When I had 400 subscribers, I could have a video get 100,000 views, and now I'm at 30,000, and I barely can get 500 views because they control what we know and who's enlightened and who's not, and they want to keep us dumb. So it's up to content like this. So we got to share it far and wide on our own because they want you ignorant. They want you walking around like you can't talk proper language, that you got to sag your pants. And as somebody who grew up in a homeless shelter, spent my whole childhood on Section 8, and graduated high school with no lights, no water, no gas in the house, where you come from does not define how far you can go. But we have to stop being misled by the elites making us be a modern day minstrel show.
So social media is cool, but homie, long before we log on to social media, we have a value system. And based on what we value, that's what determines on what we like and what we share.
Who gave these kids a value system? Because once again, before social media, it was TV. My mama, I remember her watching All My Children, General Hospital, One Life to Live. I believe Jerry Springer and Maury came on right after that. I remember her watching Ricky Lake. My mom used to be at the club all the time. Remember that song Splackavelli or whatever it was? So the morals, as a kid who was raised by this generation, I wasn't shown no morals. I had to learn morals after bumping my head and make my own mistakes. My daddy was out drunk somewhere, and my mama was going to the club. So once again, as Tupac had across his belly, thug lives, the hate you give little infants fucks everybody. Until you educate these kids on the proper way to be, they going to keep looking up to Dirk and NBA Youngboy and King Von, because who else they got to look up to?
What do we value now? Nigga, just for the sake of it, if I see a young nigga, I'm gonna like it, man, just because it's positive, it's good.
We got to understand these algorithms, man.
Nigga, we want everything.
We got to understand these algorithms. If a girl posts a picture on her page holding a book, that bitch ain't going to go far. But if that same girl posts a picture with her showing her titties a little bit, they going to flood that because they want her to get a bunch of likes so she can get a bunch of dopamine. It's literally, it's bigger than how ignorant the masses are. The masses only know what they know. They not sharing Ralph Waldo Emerson, Ralph Waldo Trine, Marcus Aurelius. They not letting young kids read The Miseducation of the Negro, the autobiography of Malcolm X, the spook who sat by the door. They keeping all that information from us. We living in a brave new world right now.
Thing bad. So we don't learn to celebrate what's good because, nigga, we enjoying bad. We enjoy it. We want to see a nigga get killed on live.
I enjoyed it when I was a kid as well. I love watching fight videos.
We want to see a nigga get killed in person, homie. And they want us to see it.
Every February, every Black History Month, we post all the amazing inventions that we made, African Americans, from, it's so many different.
Shout out my guy Jack Johnson,
we created
heavyweight champ and created the wrench.
Is that the era where you saying that that you're talking about getting back to?
Right now, we're kind of like in that era, homie, the era of inventions. They just changed the name to content creator, digital creator, podcaster. Homie, you can't make me believe you're not going down in history.
Content is a
for
new
black
currency.
People.
Content is a new currency.
For our era and our time, having one of the largest black youth programs in Black America.
This is why I say everybody needs to turn their camera on and create something, because content is a new currency, and the more time you spend creating, the less time you're going to spend consuming, which therefore you're going to use your imagination. And as Albert Einstein said, your imagination is a preview of life's coming attraction. Anything the mind can conceive and believe it can achieve. Go read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, then also read Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, and then grab Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz.
Say Cheese Television. You can't make me believe that won't be in the history books. You can't make me believe Charleston White will not be in the history books for one of the most controversial, effective youth advocates of our time.
You have to find him. He'll be there like a Carter G. Woodson.
You can't make me believe that, huh?
A Manning Johnson.
So we're writing our own history. We're writing our own black history. Nigga, we're creating new black history. It's just that this new black history won't be as great as the ones before. This Black history gonna be murderers and thugs and like the Klansmen and the Jim Crow hooded people was. We gonna be like them, homie. We're gonna be known for the black race. We're gonna be known for the faction of the black people's race that destroyed the legacy of the slaves before them. From rap music, it's gonna eradicate jazz. Gun violence, nigga's gonna supersede the crack era. Nigga, people don't even talk about the crack era no more. It's gonna make it like we ruined everything. Because we are ruining everything that them people worked for before us, my nigga. Because of our mindsets. Not because of our behaviors, because our behaviors are dictated by our minds.
I got a question. Who controls the minds of the youth? I'm going to just leave it there. Who controls the minds of the youth? Most of them are growing up in single-parent households. Most of them get a tablet in their hand at a very young age. The first 7 years of your life, you downloading information.
That's why we praise gangsters and love whores and prostitutes and strippers, bitch this, bitch that. And nigga, if you play a song with no cussing or you play a gospel song, nigga, your numbers will deplete because they got to hear something. That negative energy, they are the magnets for the negative energy.
That's the thing. All we are inside these bodies is energy. And I can throw out the positive or the negative. That's up to me. And what you throw out, you will get back. But I'm a believer that we remember our grandma's generation, the yes, sir, yes, ma'am, no elbows on the table, the plastic runners when you walk in the house, you know, standing in a circle, holding hands, praying before we ate food, having a kids table over here and a grown-ups table over here. But that's just because I'm in tune with where I come from. But these new kids, they ain't got no, they grandma going to the club with their mama. Like I said, it's really easy to criticize the kids. I want to uplift them. I want to inspire them. You have the same power inside of you that Marcus Aurelius had, that Alexander the Great had, that Friedrich Nietzsche had, and Napoleon had. If no one ever tells you great, though, and all they say is you just a nigga, you just a thug, and then you won't rise above that. Because for a while, I didn't embrace my greatness. But every single one of us has a light to shine and something to give this world. You know what you love to do. You know what's important to you. And they counting us out, the younger generation. They saying we're going to keep falling victim to the propaganda of rap and all that bullshit. And I say, man, we got eyes. We can see what's going on now. The lights is on. It's time to shine. We ready to disconnect from the matrix like never before. So give your gift to the world and God will bless you in ways that you never, ever, ever imagined. And if God is for us, who could be against us, baby? Disconnect from this matrix. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think. And never be too proud to pray. Never be too proud to talk to God. Spirit is perfect. Therefore, you are perfect. We outie. Disconnect from that negativity. I'm sending positive love to everybody and they mama, baby. Gone.